Welcome to a DropTent Media Production.
I'm the zebra in the mirror on some non-stop chop. Some gon' leave it in the beaver upon the floor, drop bars. Some stop around Mars, cause the damn dark guns shine my feet
Or not somebody who plans for cookies. Cookies just
How
happen.
can you plan for cookies?
Cookies
How
just
can you-
happen to you.
How can you plan for cookies, dude? Here's the deal. You're in the kitchen for the 7th time. You go, I'll just take 3 cookies. 3 cookies is a reasonable amount to take on the road with you and be like, I can finish this in 10 seconds, but it's not too much that it's extremely unhealthy. The
Dude,
problem is you take like 4 trips like that, and then you knock out like a sleeve of cookies real quick, and you're like, man, that's 1 sleeve down. That's tough.
Is that why you're wearing the tank top, dude? It started off as a t-shirt. Every sleeve you kill, you just rip one off.
Yeah, dude. It's actually because I sweat so much because of how fat I am. So still a full circle with the cookies. I'm just absolutely out of shape.
I feel like you hate that McDonald's isn't allowed to like upsell you anymore.
What do you mean?
Like, I feel like you don't want to ask them for like. I know you have your order. Plain McChicken with a
two plain
two
McChickens
chickens.
with barbecue sauce, 3 chocolate chip cookies, medium Sprite.
and don't forget it.
Maybe a medium Fanta orange. Maybe I'll do that. That's the only mix up we're getting in there though. That's really we're not mixing it up a lot more than that.
Half Sprite, half orange.
Right.
No,
You're spot on though, dude. I am literally like, I don't know about you, but like when you went to the movies with your family, like did everybody get a drink, or did they like we're gonna get like 2 fucking large drinks, you guys can share it, you know what I mean, like type deal?
we got to pick popcorn or drink. So the idea was we were supposed to play like Survivor style.
My mom said you're hungry and thirsty, but that's fucking it, dude.
No. All right. If we went with my mom, we did. My mom's the shit. We did whatever. My dad was the one who was mostly like the hands-off parent. It's his weekend. He's like, we're going to the movies because that's 2 hours that you're silent. Like that was him.
I feel that.
You know, and then we had a stepbrother, a stepsister. It was a lot. So I think he was like in some sort of survivor mindset where he was like, okay, you kids are going to learn to work together. One of you gets popcorn, the other gets soda. You guys high five, 2 straws and kiss in the middle or something.
That's like a terrible way to go to the movies, to be like, man, I better bring some snacks in my pockets or I'll have to sneak in a water bottle. Like there's no good. Well, come on, man.
Oh, well, that was my trick is I always went drink and just brought snacks.
My thing is like
popcorn sucks. Popcorn's overrated.
Popcorn's awesome. Fuck you.
We feed that shit to pigs and they're not even meant to eat it.
Yeah,
Popcorn's
it's awesome.
one of the best fucking snacks.
It's one of the highest like fucking profit margin things you could
Oh yeah.
Dude, it costs like 86 cents to make like, you know, a quadrillion buckets of popcorn that you sell for $9. Like they make movie theaters are only open because of the backbone that is their popcorn finances. There's no other way.
Have you ever seen the Futurama where they go to the Slurm factory and there's just like the Slurm factory? It's like the soda. And so there's just this giant like bug queen who's just like shitting out the juice into cans, and like that's what it is. That's what I feel like popcorn is. Like they have some sort of monster in the basement that's just like, this is free, this is trash.
Dude, I mean, all you gotta do is watch like one meat documentary, but I choose not to do that because I like to eat meat. So I just, dude, I don't know what's going on. I'm just ignorant to it because I would like to be ignorant to it.
Now, maize, I approve of. Have you had some popped maize?
It's corn. That's corn. That's corn. I don't even know like what are you trying to rebrand popcorn?
Well, yeah,
rebrand popcorn. It's already branded perfectly. I think it's so perfect.
I think if the Redskins like doubled down on the Native American thing and like they started like serving maize at the games, like, you know what I mean? I think that like if they did it as like an homage, like, you know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
dude, if they no, dude, it would backfire quick.
An ear of maize, dude. That's giving some colorful ass corn.
It'd backfire quick if they tried to sear into it because they'd be like, we're gonna build the stadium on like an ancient burial ground, and they're like, no, that's actually, we did not say to do that. That's more offensive. And they'd be like, we're gonna name it Haunted Ground, and they're like, no, it's still disrespectful. We don't do any of that stuff. Like, we actually would just like you to change your name. My favorite was all the people. They were like, yo, what should the Redskins change their name to be less offensive? And they were like, yo, they should change it to the DC Redskins. And you're like, nope, wrong name. That's wrong. Nope, you picked we meant change the other one.
They should draft Kaepernick and call their team Wounded Knee. Or I mean their field Wounded Knee.
Wounded Knee would be sick. That actually, see, I get the joke, but it's actually a sick name for a field randomly. If you were like, "Welcome to Wounded Knee," you'd be like, "I can't imagine how much history is here. I have zero. Are you serious? Wounded Knee? Oh my God, who founded this land? You don't ask that question about a lot of places. I would be like,
it's said that our forefathers actually blew out their ACLs here. So,
dude, they invented that's so bad when they show like the Thanksgiving and like the more advanced version, and then you watch like throughout history, they're like, oh yeah, that beautiful time period. That's a picture of them playing dodgeball with a human head, and you're just like, oh my God. And you're like, well, they didn't have a lot of resources, so I guess pretty creative if you think about it. I think we could try to look at it as positive.
Well, I mean, they used every part of the buffalo, and like I think the one thing we can agree on about buffalo is like they don't have a part that's like good for sports.
I mean, that's not true. Dude, you can find a use for everything. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, but like only gay sports. Like you could play soccer with a buffalo or like fucking men's field hockey.
I don't even know. Are we insulting the buffalo, or are we like just? I don't understand what your issue is with the buffalo.
All right. Forget this. I know we talk sports team names too much, but I've thought of a solution for the Redskins. We move the New England Patriots, right? We take that team name and we give it to Washington, right? The Washington Patriots. That makes sense.
It does. It really does, though.
It
does. Yeah. The DC Patriots, dude. That's perfect. And then the Patriots just become like the colonizers or the pilgrims or some shit. Like they double down on their persona and DC gets Patriots.
I hear you. Here's my issue.
The Pills?
Patriots
you in root for the Pills?
Are a storied franchise. The Redskins are garbage. The Redskins are like the worst franchise. Like if you're smart, you would invest in the Redskins because they're like, minority owners are like, selling and backing out like their money because they don't want to be associated to it. But like if you were smart, you'd buy it now because they're going to become like the Washington. I saw somebody put the Hogs. That was a real like contender. I swear to God, that was like,
Hogs.
Dude, like Sports Illustrated was like, this writer's top 5 picks for what the name could be, and it was like the Red Hawks. The Hogs, and you're like, the Hogs, and they even put it on a T-shirt. I was like, that looks terrible. Are you serious? Don't.
Yo,
the Hogs.
They should offend a whole other group. They should go Golden Calves. That should be the team name. And then the fucking Christians and the Hindus, they can all freak out.
How about this? It's so they can keep the skin. So they can keep the skins name. Why don't they just get called the Pigskins? I mean, it sucks. It's the worst name.
I don't know if that's a better move.
Hogskins, dude. Hogskins? That's what I'm calling condoms from now on, dude. Fucking Hogskins.
Babe, I just got to put on the hog skin.
Yo, what? How do they just go the skins and then their logo's a shirtless guy and it's shirts,
Shirts for skins. I get it. Here's the deal. I don't know if going from Redskins to Pigskins immediately is quite the right leap. I think you have to go completely the other way.
Yeah, but no. The only reason I said that, you can
just be like, "Is that better?" And then like you know what I mean? Like I don't know if doing that is gonna like be like, "Yeah, that's much better, dog." Like,
well, I mean, it's the same as calling them the Washington Footballs.
No,
it's the nickname for a football.
I hear you, but I don't feel like you changing like. The sense that subject matter is like you're attacking the skin color, and you keep that part of the name, and then just change the specific part.
Fine. We were willing to compromise you. We will no longer.
I don't know. I feel like it's not you gotta like go the other direction. You gotta go like immediately to like the Washington, like Capitals again. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they got to do. I get what you were saying. The Patriots is such a, Capitals Patriots. It would be so perfect, but they fucked themselves by giving it to New England. You know what I mean? They fucked themselves by giving it. They should be like the Boston Paul Reveres, but they're not. They gave them the Patriots. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Oh
They
God.
can't be the Hogs. I've seen Red Hogs.
Yeah, they can, dude. Well, especially, dude, it sounds so bad if Washington becomes DC, and then it's the DC Hogs.
The DC Hogs, baby. Oh, dude, they would.
Dude,
They do a hog or a
they're so
motorcycle.
powerful, dude. DC Hog sounds like an action cartoon from the 90s.
Up on the case, DC Hogs. And then
Every
it's
Saturday morning.
Oh man, no, you're right.
Hogs
Yeah,
sold
we
separately.
didn't talk too much
Yo,
about
Hogs
names.
sold separately is a sick line.
For what? Like,
Yeah.
it's a sick line for what? Like, if in like the most specific situation, that's a good line.
Maybe.
But I hear what you're saying. You're like, man, that sounds sick. I have nothing for it, but you know,
Yeah.
what a world it could be.
Yeah, no. It's what you ever write the punchline without the setup?
Yeah, all the time. And then I'm like a crazy person because I'm like, is it even funny? It's not even funny. Like I'm laughing, dude. I'll laugh my
There's
ass off about
some-
something, read it out loud one time, and be like, oh, that's the dumbest shit I've ever written in my life. Why the fuck is that funny?
Like in a parallel universe, it's relevant right now. Like somebody's like, yeah, like in another universe, somebody just said to me like, yeah, can I buy the farm? And I'm like, yeah, but the Hogs sold separately.
But the Hogs
Can
sold
we-
separately.
Can we move on? What else is on the docket?
Dude, so I was thinking about, what were you saying earlier? You were mentioning something about like, I don't even know. Something about, you reminded me of like little kids being like old people. Oh, because that's what it is. I'm eating cookies and milk.
Oh,
and you're
yeah.
like, what are you, child, dude? But dude, I thought, good point. Tell me if I'm wrong. Kiddie pools are not just for kids. They're for really old people because old people can't get into pools as much. But dude, if you put your grandma in like a little kiddie pool, hand her a margarita, dude, I'll tell you right now, your grandma probably would never love you more in her entire life. I thought about that, dude.
I don't see.
Old people can't get in pools.
See, those pools are good for little dogs. So, like in my mind, doing that with your mum is just like so demeaning. It's like, you remember swimming? This is like at the lake back when you met Pop Pop. This is like
Dude.
when you met Pop Pop.
Some people can't swim. Some people just want to sit down, have some water on their legs.
You trying to
Drink a
soak
margarita.
your grandma, dude?
Dude, I'm trying to, hey, everybody deserves to have a little fun in the sun. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm talking about? Last Man on Earth, Will Forte. What does he do? He chills in the kiddie pool, dude.
Yeah,
He has the whole world, and he chills in the kiddie pool. He's chill. He has every access to
that's
every
like beautiful, dude.
every
That's like
pool
that's like a
chemical.
hawk that's just like chilling in its home because that's it could go anywhere, but
Dude,
the kiddie
tequila
pool's
pool.
where it wants to be.
Dude,
All
I'm
right,
telling
so
you right now,
so
kiddie
the
pool's
thing is,
underrated.
there's too much going on in the world right now for you to be making an argument for kiddie pools in
I can
any
do whatever
way.
I want to do.
Like-
I can do whatever I want to do. I can do it.
Like,
Kanye
this
West
is some
run for
Shane
president, I can do
Dawson
whatever I
shit.
want to do. No,
This
it's not. No, it's not, dude. Don't you dare target that on me. Me and him are nothing alike.
No, I just meant you. I think you'd be a really successful
Other than I'm a
YouTuber. Like,
huge personality.
yeah, like Will Smith.
Dude, Will Smith brings some high energy.
He's
He
a
said
huge
dude,
YouTuber.
he knew movies were like going out of whack. Like he was like, dude, movies are just like not the thing anymore. I'm gonna like ink a deal with Facebook and create like 4 talk shows and then just vlog about my life and hire an editor.
Well, wait. Do you know the Will Smith like YouTube joke?
No, it's a YouTube joke.
So like every year YouTube does like a video to like celebrate its biggest moments and like of the year and like its creators that contributed to the platform. And this past I think it was this past year, maybe 2 years ago
It was
now.
this last year, yeah. It was the YouTube
Yeah,
Rewind,
yeah.
I think.
Yeah, the YouTube Rewind. Instead of like featuring like all the hottest like content creators of the year, they just did like Will Smith. He's like, "What's up? It's YouTube's Will Smith." Like,
It's YouTube's Will Smith.
so everybody,
Wow. YouTube
so-
owns Will Smith?
his official I'm not the real Will Smith, but YouTube's got a pretty good
YouTube's
cloning
Will
center.
Smith, dude. Yeah, they're yeah. Welcome to YouTube's Will Smith, and it's like fucking Goku Black, like just like another like multiple like alternate universe.
Yeah, so everybody calls him.
That it was Goku Black because like it sounded racist, but that's actually his name. I wasn't really trying to.
I actually knew that reference. I know
Yeah,
that
okay,
one.
thank you.
Yeah,
I was gonna say
you're
it's
good.
like that's the guy's name. I couldn't think of doppelganger, I guess.
Yo, fucking Shane Dawson shit, fucking all that beauty shit. I was just like, oh wow.
All that beauty shit. What's the beauty shit?
Oh, like James Charles and fucking whoever that other
That's
dude
not
who
his,
does
I
makeup
don't,
is.
what name did you just say?
James Charles.
James Charles?
Some,
Is that
some
right?
kid who just like makeup and like they were like calling him like an abuse. It's this whole thing. There's like all this pedophilia shit in like the YouTube beauty scene, right? And I was like,
Yeah, I'm sure.
my girlfriend's talking to me about it, and I'm just like, yeah, okay, that's weird. And then I go online and I see that fucking Base Nectar is fucking getting some pedophilia shit. There's this whole Instagram for like evidence against Base Nectar.
You know what's crazy? Is that this is news.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
if
it's
you
just,
were like, if you
my
said sum up, you know, the deal with these stories, you'd be like, some powerful Hollywood people are involved in pedophilia. You go, yeah.
well yeah.
Yeah.
But
What are
what's
we doing?
crazy and like this is so like obvious and redundant saying it, but like just seeing it happen where it's like, all right, so my girlfriend likes these beauty channels. All this pedophilia, sexual assault shit pops up in it, right? I'm like out of the electronic music scene, but then half my timeline's going crazy because Bass Nectar. And then I look online and I sent Evan a link to this. Fucking the entire like professional Smash Bros community just got fucking took under for fucking sexual assault and like pedophilia and shit. It's like a list of like 15 players.
Everybody. And these are actually some of the people that I know, and I'm not big on Smash, but like I know enough back when like Melee was out that some of these guys were playing.
You need to, I'm not trying to Jamie you right now. Evan, pull up some of those headlines.
Oh, I have
Super Smash Brothers is involved. Dude, these headlines
hang
are
on, let me tell you the craziest thing while he's pulling this up, right?
I have it.
So there's all these players, right, who go down for sexual assault, pedophilia, including one that I think is pretty crazy where a top player, like a world champion, actually molested another player like 4 years ago when he was like 15 at these tournaments. And they both became like top 5 players in the world, and they would play each other in grand finals of tournaments. Imagine like having to play your abuser like in this fucking crazy mind game. Like, if you want to make an esports movie, that's the movie, dude. That's a fucking Oscar in Korea. But so what's crazy is there's all these like very legitimate, very scary. Yeah, that's a real Dark Knight. Very legitimate, very scary, like actual like sexual assault claims and charges and real things and pedophilia. But one was false, and it was against this dude Mewtwo King, one of the gods of Smash, who's from he's this fully Asperger's.
Who was his character?
Well, so hang on. So he didn't play Mewtwo. He played like everything else. Whatever. So he's fully autistic, like full Asperger's, and he's from Cinnaminson. Dude, he's from Cinnaminson, New Jersey, like around where we're from.
Yeah,
like, he's right. He's he's like a legend of the scene. So somebody accused my man's Jason Zimmerman, Mewtwo King, of coming on someone's face while they slept, and to defend himself, this is the one false charge. He had to go and provide medical documentation of a botched circumcision he had and proof that he can't come or orgasm and like his dick can barely even get hard and shit like that. And this fucking autistic, like almost retired video game champion had to like come out to the world as also having a broken dick and like just crying and being like, I'm gonna like retire anyway, I guess, but no, I didn't come on anyone. I wish I could. Like, not literally I wish I could, but like, you know what I mean by that.
That sounds like
he doesn't have the ability.
That sounds like a fucking John Jones excuse right there, dude. That sounds like they were like, dude, you did steroids, and he's like, I take dick pills, and they're like, you'd rather say that your dick doesn't work than say that you cheated, and he's like, yeah. And they were Like this
he's trying
guy
to get out of
basically.
murder, and he's like, "Yo, my dick was ripped off by fucking gas station attendant or
What's the
whatever."
only thing I can say? What's the only thing that I can say that will make people think that there's no way I could have came on someone's face like that? I have a broken dick. I'll just say it. You guys got. I mean, I couldn't even do it if I wanted to.
I got DDS, dead dick syndrome.
But the dude actually has like medical
DDR.
evidence of this shit. Like his shit botched.
Whatever. Listen, that's the trade-off. Okay, God said,
I'm
if you
just
want to be
saying,
a champion at something, you're gonna have a broken dick. That is the trade-off. John Jones needs dick pills. He's not perfect.
Yo, that's how he
okay?
became champion, dude. All the testosterone was trapped in his balls. He
That's what I do. I feel like that way all the
devil
time.
and traded his dick. That's what you have to do to become a champion.
That's what
Find
you
the
gotta
devil,
do.
trade your dick.
I mean, you know,
he don't want your soul, boy.
Take that dick.
dude, are you kidding me? Nobody's praising the devil for your dick, dude. They're like, dude, praise heaven for that boy. You know what I mean? I'm in good graces right now. If you have a bad dick, you probably made the deal with the devil.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You get up to heaven, God's like, just one thing, I cannot remember for the life of me. What kind of dick did I give you? Because that's like, it's like a reminder, you know, I get drunk sometimes, I forget who's supposed to be up here, and you don't have a good dick.
It's like the Joe Coy joke when he's like, when he's just like doing the clay, and he's like, "You forgot to get some to the guys." He's like, "Oh fuck, got it." He just plops it on. He's like, "That's pretty good, right?" You know what I mean? Like,
that's a good looking set of genitals.
Took about 3 seconds to mold that sucker.
All right. Hear me out on this. You can complain about what the dick looks like or the vagina looks like all day long, but if you sat down with a pen and paper or clay or whatever, and you had to create a brand new reproductive system, like make it like
First
like,
of all,
what?
you knocked that off. You knocked that off. You
No.
know good and well people can't make a better one.
No, that's my point though. Like you could never, like you might be like, oh, dicks are so ugly. Oh, balls are the grossest thing ever. Design a better system that looks better, feels better, is more efficient than what I'm rocking, because you can't.
Dude, I mean that's the world works that way. It's plug into the socket. You know what I mean? That's how the world works. Like,
well, that's the other thing. I never actually thought of that. Like, not only are the penis and vagina, not only is it an effective way to reproduce, clearly we're fucking destroying the planet. Like, it's working overtime, all the time. But it was fucking idiot proof. You can't just come out with iPhone genitals. Your grandma can't use iPhone genitals. Yeah. But cavemen, fucking Neanderthals, just bumping into each other in the fucking the cave woods. They were able to figure this shit out. It's user friendly. Operating system, a child could use it. Unfortunately, that is
and yeah,
that should have been the segue.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I hear you, but that's what. Yeah, I mean, it's I don't know. I don't know how much better we can do to give a good review to the reproductive system. I feel like we just gave a really fucking sparkling review. Just absolutely, you were a huge fan. That's a normal time you'd be like, yo, shout out to the reproductive system, bro.
Yo, shout out ovaries.
They're killing it, dude. I mean, working overtime. Yo, I thought of a great small detail to the character of Tony Cerrone Pepperoni. It's kind of similar to the Meg in Family Guy not being named Megan. It's actually Megatron. Instead of Tony Cerrone's real name being Anthony, his real name is Rigatoni Cerrone. So they call him Tony Cerrone, but it's Rigatoni Cerrone Pepperoni, and that's his real name. What do you think about that?
I think that's fantastic.
Oh,
cool. I think that's one of those things where he's embarrassed of it also. You know what I mean?
Somebody's like, hey, Anthony. He's like, who the hell's Anthony? And they're just like, aren't you Anthony? And he's like, what's Tony stand for? He goes, Rigatoni. Like, what do you think?
Oh, no, you think he's proud of it? I think he's just like, no, it's just Tony. Don't worry about what it's short for. And his friends find his ID and they're like, your name is Rigatoni?
Give me that. Give me that. Give me
that. Only my grandma calls me Rigatoni.
Come on, dude. I can't have two Italian names in one name. I can't have pepperoni and rigatoni. People are going to treat me like a joke.
I would be laughed off of the Michelin chef. Oh, wait, when did I become Christopher Walken?
Dude, you're a circle. It's a circle. You turn into Rob Schneider and Chuck and Larry. Yeah, dude. I don't know what that face was. Was that Rob Schneider? Was that your Rob Schneider impression, or was that your Christopher Walken impression?
That's Rob Schneider face. That's what he does.
That's tough, dude. You're not. I wouldn't do impressions.
All right. Well,
Can you do an impression?
Me?
Yeah,
Oh man,
Can you do an impression?
balls in your court, dude.
just of Mickey Mouse, man. I'm only Mickey Mouse.
Oh,
I need to hear it now.
Oh boy, guys, ready for a good time? Oh.
Why are you good at that? Why
Oh,
are you
I
good
did.
at that? Wait, hold on. I wasn't ready. I wasn't serious at all in thinking that that was a real thing, and you actually were like not that bad, which scares me because I was about to be like, wow,
And
this
I
is
could
gonna be
feel my
super
voice too because I've had a
embarrassing for Evan.
cold. I've had a cold. I could feel my throat kind of doing it too. No, it's something I've always done with video games and shit. I find it fun to get up on the thing, and if people
Dude,
are talking
that's
shit, just start
Cut
going
it,
Mickey
cut it.
Mouse.
cut it. We're just talking about pedophilia in video games. You cannot be getting online talking in a Mickey Mouse voice.
Well, no, I talk shit as Mickey Mouse. People.
All right, well,
No, I think that's
we
funny.
know,
I think that's
we know the
funny.
deal. It was funny, but I
I'll
get
just
what
bust you
you're saying.
above.
Dude, you really dodged a bullet because a lot of people try to do the Donald Duck, and boy, is that just like that's just a brutal
Hey,
impression.
It's
If
the
I was
garage
feeling
door window.
ballsy, I would have done the Kermit, but I haven't whipped that out in a long time.
Dude, speaking of Kermit, how about Patrick Mahomes?
Oh, wait.
Dude.
I don't know the segue, but
Ah.
I know the news.
Patrick Mahomes' richest contract in sports history.
Why is he Kermit?
History.
Does
Because
he
he
talk like
talks,
Kermit?
It talks a
he
little
talks
bit like
really high
Kermit.
pitch.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, sick.
They always
sick
make fun
flower.
of him. He's like, guys, we got to get out there. We got to do this thing, okay? We got to believe in each other. We got to go out there and do it. And then he just absolutely murders it. You're like, this guy's the greatest football player on the planet. And then he gets out there. He's like, we're doing it for the team. You're like, oh, God damn it.
So I'm just
Give me some
picturing
ketchup,
literally
like-
Ned Flanders. Like I'm literally just
Oh, I got
picturing like
I got you on a picture.
touchdown Italy.
I got you on a picture, dog.
Hell yeah. Well,
dude.
all right. So this is what I was wanting to
Just
ask
say.
you
Go ahead.
about Mahomes is so skill wise, like what score would he have compared to like fucking who's the dude that the Patriots just got? Quarterback, he's Panthers.
Newton?
Yeah, Cam Newton. Because they got
He's
Cam
better than
Newton
Cam
for you
Newton.
said less than like $1 million.
Oh my god, yeah, it was an unbelievable deal. I mean, I couldn't even believe it. That's a deal where like you like went on eBay and somebody was selling the brand new iPhone for like
They got him
$20,
off a
and you're
Wish,
like,
dude. They got him off
Really?
Wish. They were scrolling through. They were like, all right, they got this like weird dead fetus necklace.
But it's
they got
a good
cheese
product.
melter.
It's a good product. Patrick Mahomes is the best player.
It's a
in
good
football.
product.
It's a good product. Cam Newton's a good product, but like Patrick Mahomes is the best player in football right now. He's so good. He's so good and so young that this was about to be like when he was about to start making money. And I even texted my dad about it to like ask him. He's like, dude, I don't even really remember a time that like an NFL player got more than like 6 years. Like you just don't give out 10-year contracts.
How old is he?
Like 22, 23,
Oh, okay, cool. He's
24
younger
maybe?
than I thought.
maybe even 24. But
Well, because what? You can rely on him, like, realistically, like, you
24.
could say, like, till he's, like, 33, 34, right?
But the risk is you play a sport that is very brutal. It is not helpful to your body in any way. If anything, like let's say straight up he tears his Achilles, you know what I mean, twice in the next 3 years. I mean, God forbid. I mean, he's done after 4 years. I mean, that's a super hard injury to recover from. What if he hurts his back? Like you're basically, and you guaranteed so much of it. Like to put it into perspective, Rusty, the number 2 contract in the NFL right now, as far as quarterbacks are concerned and stuff like that, Matt Ryan signed a 5-year, $150 million contract, which is $30 million a year, which was the record for most by a quarterback.
I thought Russell Westbrook had the highest.
Russell Wilson. Russell
That's
Wilson.
what I meant. That's what I meant.
So Russell
Sorry,
Wilson, I think Russell Wilson actually makes the most per year or something like that, and then Matt Ryan makes the most overall, something like that. But like they are like Russell Wilson's right there.
Russell Wilson, he has a contract. It's 4 years, $87.6 million, and that's the guarantee. $70 million guaranteed.
I'm gonna speak out of my lane real fast. So you just stop me if it doesn't make any sense. I think that a huge part of that investment, though, is not just in somebody who could be a franchise quarterback, literally on the field and in the game, but it's a franchise quarterback in terms of like sales, excitement, especially like with this, like, you know, like they need to fucking make money with like COVID and shit. So like you want the fucking Chiefs fans, right? It's the Chiefs. Like you want them fucking stoked. Like you want them to be like, this is our fucking boy, and our boy's getting paid. Because you'd be hype if Wentz was getting paid, right?
Wentz is getting paid. Wentz is up there. Wentz made more money. Wentz was higher on the Forbes list this year than Conor McGregor.
Right, but when he got brought off his rookie contract, you were like, my boy, get that pussy. But
he still wasn't
is the seventh highest paid quarterback at $32 million a year. Kirk Cousins is right above him because he fucking has the greatest agent of all time.
What's Carson Wentz's overall contract?
It was 128 million. I think it was 4 or 5 years.
So 4 or 5 years, 128 million.
Yeah.
Okay, and you got to think about it this way.
Then. Yeah.
They would probably think, and this is what I was thinking from their standpoint. The Chiefs were like, listen, if we get him on a 4 or 5 year deal, and then we have to get him on another 4 or 5 year deal, the salary cap goes up in the NFL every year. He's probably going to be worth, if you can get him locked in now, you can lock in that per year. So if that money actually exceeds where he should be, we got him locked in late already. It doesn't matter. But it doesn't matter. They still went so overboard that you're like, dude, there's no way that that's still not a ridiculous amount in 10 years. That's still going to be you paid him $503 million.
Here's a weird.
And I think it was 490 guaranteed. I think it was like 480, 490 guaranteed.
That's $500 million.
Yep, mostly guaranteed.
All right, so
he makes $50 million a year. He could spend $1 million a week
before incentives.
Wasn't there a thing where he was talking, and this might have nothing to do with anything, but wasn't there a thing where he was talking about how he was demanding the name be changed to the team? Did I hear that?
Maybe about the Redskins, but not about the Chiefs. I feel like
no.
The Chiefs can't be disrespectful.
I don't think that. I actually had that conversation with my father the other day. I was like, I'm in agreement. I think Chiefs we all are about the Redskins, but the Chiefs is almost it really no
nice name.
No, it really is because here at the end of the day, it's the leader of any kind of thing like that. And then also being a chief in almost any respect is very high. And to have the still be used as a Native American and to call them something that is good as a chief, because that's something that they look up to it's not disrespectful. A Redskin is
I don't think it is. Redskin is disrespectful. I don't think a Chief's disrespectful.
Even calling
you have an argument.
Indian.
You have an argument that Indian. You could argue that Cleveland should have changed their name too. However,
the Chiefs
because they're not they're not Indians. They're actually Native Americans, and the only reason they were called Indians is because they thought they landed in India. So they're not actually Indians. But
they should call them the Oopsie Daisies.
The Chiefs is sick. That's a power position.
The Oopsie Daisies.
No, I don't like that name at all. The Chiefs is a power position, dude. The only time that's why I get so mad when somebody calls me Chief, because I'm like, dude, you're being sarcastic and you're being weird, and that's a powerful name, dude. And I don't respect you for that.
You're the captain. You're not the chief.
I'm a kid. Don't call me the chief, though. Seriously, you're gonna set me off. That being said,
maybe I heard wrong, but what I heard was that the quarterback of the fucking Chiefs wanted the name changed. And I remember this because I remember thinking, wow, that would be so shitty for the Redskins, because if the Chiefs, which isn't nearly as bad as the Redskins, changes their name first, then even if the Redskins gets around to it eventually, it's going to look like they didn't want to and they fought it tooth and nail. That'll look like garbage.
Let me help you out. Here's real fast. It's actually from the Kansas City Star. A tweet went viral Saturday claiming Kansas City quarterback Patrick Mahomes wouldn't play another game for the Chiefs until they changed their team name. One problem, he never said it's fake.
Okay, cool. You Snopes that shit? Hell yeah.
Okay, here's my thing. If that was true, then you would literally have to get mad at the Minnesota Vikings, because you'd be like, well, the Vikings aren't around anymore. And you're like, okay, well, we can't
my thing was that I never thought that he actually wanted that, even if he did say it. I saw it as a negotiation tactic right off the rip. And I'm like, so when I heard he got that money, I was like, yo, is he just yo, I'll stop saying you're fucking racist and I'll play it for you. It'll be great for everyone. I'll tell everybody you got plenty of black friends and stuff. It'd be sick.
Andy Reid went up to fucking management and said, right after they won that Super Bowl, and they were like, listen, if you sign this guy to a 10-year deal, you're basically signing me to a 10-year deal, because I will win a bunch. Dude, Andy Reid is one of the greatest quarterback coaches of all time. Patrick Mahomes you couldn't have a better pair than having the number one quarterback in the league with Andy Reid. You're not going to find a better thing. That guy was literally Brett Favre's quarterback coach and immediately became the Eagles head coach. He was never even an offensive coordinator. He never called plays. The Eagles were like, what if we got Brett Favre's quarterback coach to be the head coach of our football team?
No,
that's
dude,
how good he was.
He's just like autistic for muscular men. Like he looks at it like a guy like that.
Loves
Like
arms.
he looks at Mahomes as just like a really handsome Rubik's cube. You know what I mean? He's just gonna get his colors in the right place or whatever.
This is Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, that's what he looks like? That's not what I was picturing at all.
He's so
well, it
sweet.
kind of is actually. That's kind of Flandersy.
I love Patrick Mahomes. He's so great. I mean,
Dude,
it really is.
Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson are the new faces of the NFL.
Yeah.
They're the faces of the young NFL. Hopefully Wentz will be there with them. You know what I mean?
The young NFL would be a sick fucking Teen Nick show. It's just
hey,
it's just
really,
all dudes in
NFL stars when they were teenagers. It's like a fictional show where like fucking Tom Brady was and like all these guys went to school together, and Bill Belichick's the grumpy teacher, like the Breakfast
Tom Brady.
Club. Oh, like, yo, you mess with the ball, you got the horns.
Dude, that's so accurate. Tom Brady would like, kill it with the girls because he's such a good football player, and then he knocks a girl up but leaves her for like a more attractive model like he really did in real life.
Their butt cheeks together and the hair gets stuck, and then it's
dude, Tom Brady's lived like absolutely. If Tom Brady wasn't the cool guy in his high school, he's like they made up for it in the second half of his life because he was literally the cool guy in the NFL. Like everybody in the NFL is like, that's Tom Brady, dog. Like that's the prom king. Like people are like, yo, it's Tom Brady's rocking fashion, doing Uggs. Like he literally was like the prom king, was the best player in the league.
If sports just went like full like pandering to their lowest common denominator audiences, like fuck the analytics and shit, and they were just like did like an NFL prom and they like voted for like shit and just made everybody feel like they're in high school again. That would be yeah, exactly, dude. Like
that's the Pro Bowl.
No,
that's the Pro Bowl. Who are the best players in the league, and they open it up to America to vote. And half the players that go were not the best players in the league. They're just the players that people like the most. There'll be a guy who played 2 games. He like tore his ACL in the beginning of the season, came back for the last 2 games, and made the Pro Bowl because people like him a lot. And you're like, I mean, that guy didn't play.
Do they vote a loser MVP as like a joke? And
no, I mean they don't do a Razzies for the NFL. They don't do that. That'd be tough though, because anybody could be the worst player in the league. You know what I mean? Like if my vote, Nelson Aguilar was like the worst player in the league the past like 2 years. That dude was terrible. The amount of drops that dude had, the amount of times you could possibly make your quarterback, people were like, Carson Wentz just lost it. And you're like, he hit that guy in the hands like 48 times. I mean, did he lose it? Because this guy, like I would get mad at Nelson Aguilar on behalf of Carson Wentz. Like I'd be like, I swear to God, dude, you're fucking our shit up. You are fucking our shit up.
It was literally like watching him as somebody who doesn't know that much about football. It was like some Dungeons and Dragons shit. Like it's like, yeah, you can catch the ball, but I'm gonna roll this die, and if you don't get above a fucking 10, it's hitting the ground. Like he would catch it like it was like his child, and then somehow drop it. Like he'd be like, "Oh, I'm not the dad." Fuck. Like,
yeah, dude, like the results were red, and he was like,
I feel like there was like, all right. So I feel like, is he a superstitious guy?
Who? Fucking
Nelson Aguilar. I feel like most NFL guys are. I feel like you're not. You're only like you know athletes, and you're superstitious. You know what I mean? Like, you don't even need to be one.
But oh my God,
I'm just saying. I feel like dude, I feel like a gypsy just fucking like read his palm and was like, yo, dude, you got to drop every pass but the 15th, because the 15th is the one that's going to take you to the Super Bowl. Like,
dude, like you look at a guy who's just like, yo, do you have talent? And you're like, yeah, he does. He has talent. He's fast. He doesn't have bad hands. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, but can you show up in the biggest of moments? And it's like, oh no, he actually doesn't show. Like if a fighter's really good in the gym but doesn't show up on the day of the fight and sucks ass in the octagon, he's not a good fighter. But like, see what I'm saying? Yeah. Like it's like, well, Nelson Aguilar kills it in practice, dude. He's like one of the best players out there. Like, yeah, but he doesn't do it in the game. So guess what? He fucking sucks. Nobody cares if you're good in practice.
Dude, he maybe he'll All right, so
he's gonna
even if he gets good, even if he like gets good again, right? I think he only gets good because he was let go. You know what I mean?
That's like
I think that. We do. But I don't think he could have gotten good if he was kept. You know what I mean? I think he could use that as inspiration possibly. And then,
I love that. I love when people fucking treat Philadelphia like it's a fucking layover. I love it. It's my favorite. People are like, oh, you know what? It took me Philadelphia to figure out what I needed. And you're like, why couldn't you just figure it out here? Like Chris Carter, he was like, man, getting let go of the Eagles saved my life. I got off drugs. And then I had a Hall of Fame career. And you're like, cool, man. We were out here with, nothing.
I don't know. I think if he stays, he's completely boomed. I don't think that you can like read all these reactions to you and XYZ and not feel such an immense amount of pressure when you already have fucking like Butterfinger Twixes. Like,
dude, he dropped 4 balls. Like, I'm out, he dropped 4 ones completely. He only had a 56.5 catch percentage of balls thrown in his direction.
He was literally, I think they put the stat out there. He was like the 134th ranked receiver in the league. I mean, only like 2 or 3 are playing on a team at a time. Like,
I was gonna say, and how many receivers play?
I mean, like 100, like are getting like that kind of like looks. You know what I mean? Like his amount of targets, and he's like 134th. Dude, Carson, people don't understand how good of a stat that is. What's the stat Carson Wentz threw for like 3,500 yards or 4,000 yards or something without a receiver on the team that had more than 500 yards?
Yeah.
He had
I can't picture that math. How many football fields is a yard?
3 feet. Well, no, 3 feet is 1 yard. I don't know what you asked.
Yeah, that was a weird question.
Yeah, your question threw me off. I wasn't ready to answer that. But dude, it doesn't matter. Like, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, dude, I mean, you literally threw to tight ends, running backs. Like, I'm sure you got some offensive lineman numbers in there. Like, throw it off, dump it to like anybody, dude. Oh my god, I don't know, dude. Go Birds is what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's Go Birds about the extent of my football knowledge.
I drink milk in my glass.
Yo, now that settles it, dude. You're a fucking big baby, dude.
Yeah.
Drinking milkies out of your birdie glass. You know.
Yeah. Dude, I literally did I say this the other day?
Yeah,
did I not say this the other day? Yeah. All right. Did I not say this the other day? I would eat vegetables if they just made them taste like fucking gummy worms. That's all I'm asking. Can we just fucking make them like? Why you gotta make them taste like shit? Just all I'm asking is just throw some stevia in it or whatever. I don't give a shit. Like, I mean, make it taste better.
It's not like you're gonna like live any longer.
Oh, I'm fucked.
No, I that came out wrong, but I just mean like dude, like you got a beautiful girl. I think based on how much she cooks and how good it is, she's okay with you getting fat, dude. Just embrace it.
They're lying. Remember, the food pyramid used to be a thing. Everything's changing. You watch you'll see on someone on the news, they'll be like, yeah, World War II veteran is 108 years old today. Said he's been drinking whiskey, smoking cigars every day of his goddamn life. And you're like,
yo, I had a fucking dude at my table who was like 102 years old. He looked like a I was waiting forever ago.
I was like, what, in the cafeteria? What do you mean?
Yeah. He was everyone else is like, seats taken. I was like, you can sit with me, pops. Fucking that. So I was serving this old dude, and he was like, I'm 102. My secret: never drink a fucking glass of water. Get that shit off the table.
That's not a good advice. That's not good advice. Never drink a glass of water, dude. He sounds like he's trying to go for being the only old person ever. It's like he's trying to eliminate the competition. He's like, you never drink water. I fucking always drink water. Like he's like, yo, you got to tell them to drink soda. Make these guys fucking drop.
Young kids.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Dude, that's fucking fantastic.
You excited to become a Pocaninian this weekend?
There's no way that's what they call themselves.
Yeah, dude, it's Pocaninian.
That sounds like it's from Elf. Pocaninian?
Whatever, maybe. It might be what they call themselves. I don't know. I feel like it's only what are you gonna call them? There's nothing else. There's nothing else.
That sounds like what the Redskins should change their name to. The Pocaninians. Very respectful.
No, because then they're gonna try to trade us. They're trying to be like, well, listen, what if you gave us the Eagles and we'll give you the Poconos? And we're like, no. No, bad trade. That's a bad
You
trade.
could be the Great Wolf Lodges. Ooh. Please tell me we're going to a Great Wolf Lodge. Please tell me.
Dude, that'd be sick. Have you not seen the plays yet?
No, I mean, I think she sent me a thing forever ago. I'm like a petty dude. Like, I'm pretty petty. Like, when people tell me, like, what's good, and, like...
What does that mean? Oh, are you mad that's not that good, dude?
Huh? No. I mean, like, when people tell me, like, all right, it'll be this time, see you there. And so, like, when Leah first sent it to me, I, like, don't even think I, like, looked at the things. I was just like, well, I'll have to check my schedule. I don't know if I can be there for that day. And then, like, a while later, I was like, yo, I'll be there. But, like, sorry, Dude,
no, I'm the same way. Like, well, at first, it was just, I didn't want to have to plan it. Like, I didn't, you know what I mean? I didn't know what she wanted to do with it. So she just booked it and said that these are the fucking dates. Come if you want to. That's like the way it was brought up to me. So, but guess what, dude? I'm bringing Cody. He's riding with me. So,
I mean, I could take him.
Doesn't matter. I don't give a shit. Either way.
I'm riding alone.
Dude, if you want to take Cody, you can take Cody. I think it depends on what his time frame is.
What does that mean?
What?
You started to say what it means, and I cut you off. I'm just like, all right, it doesn't matter who takes Cody.
Dude, it means that this weekend's gonna get really. We're basically bringing Charlie Day on vacation.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like,
Cody makes me drink in like every sense of the expression. Like, he makes me drink like a worried mom. He makes me drink like an old fucking army friend. So, like, yo, Cody makes me drink like. Never mind. I almost stole a fucking line from you. I fucking love what you said the other day. Fucking this morning when you were like, you're gonna bang it out. I was like, bang it now, and you're like, I'm gonna bang it like I'm shipping out for war.
Dude, about to bang out this homework like I'm shipping out for war, dude. Just like, you gotta bang it out. You know what I mean?
Yo, Cody makes me do things like I'm leaving for war. It doesn't matter what we're doing.
Dude, that motherfucker. Like, I like, here's like I sent him the pictures of the house, and the first thing he said back to me was, oh my God, badminton, yes. And you're like, you're so weird, like, on what you're into. You never know. We just showed him like a house with a hot tub, great beds, the showers look beautiful, there's an outside fire pit, like, there's lakes nearby, and he's like, oh my God, they got a $6 badminton net.
Well, dude, I'm not gonna lie, I love badminton. It's a game designed to cancel out athleticism, dude.
I know
like the wind of it, like, it's literally like proportionate to your muscles to stop you. It's so perfect. God, it's the great dude. You know what? It was invented by old rich white people because that's like what they want. Yeah, like, that's what they want in a game.
Most things called games were invented by white people. Most things called sports, you know what I mean? It's a little different. Everything that's like shuffleboard's a game. It's not a sport.
Well, like, we were talking about it before. I think to be a game, you need to first be played with a severed head. To be a sport. Like, no, that's the difference.
You just need offense and defense. I think that's it. I just think you need to have offense and defense and
physical exertion, because Adam believes that you don't. Adam thinks that esports are a sport.
Esports is a competition.
He thinks it's more of a sport than golf is. And by his definition,
that's just not true. It's got to do physical exertion as well. Yeah, no, it's got to have some physical. Yeah, no, because there's no way that golf. I mean,
He thinks that chess is a sport.
Chess is not a sport. It's a game.
Yo, can we get him on call? I'm always trying to call up the nut man, dude.
If you
just 3 casts in a row, I was trying to nut.
If you sit on your ass, you're not playing a sport. Is that fair?
That's not true necessarily.
What's the difference? What's the one that works? Tell me NASCAR. I'll tell you you're wrong. That's a game too.
I was gonna say go-karts.
NASCAR is not a sport either.
Bumper cars, dude. Bumper cars.
It's a game. It's a game. Not a game. Not a game. Not a game. We talk about practice.
It's a ride.
Dude, there's no way. Does Adam really believe that?
Yeah.
Adam's so annoying. I can't. What is he saying right now? Are you serious?
He thinks that you need to go head to head against somebody. You need to have an actual opponent.
Here's the deal. You could do what Overwatch does, but change it to fucking Dungeons and Dragons. It doesn't make Dungeons and Dragons a sport.
Like, I feel like you just kind of like low key just like shit on things I like. Like, I feel like that was such a boiling down. You're like, no, you can make video games some other nerd shit, dude. Like, you can make video games like not having a girlfriend, and boom, it's a sport.
Dude, Overwatch is like, yo, there's 6 positions versus 6 positions, and you guys are gonna battle out, and you guys take turns playing offense and playing defense, and you see what happens and who wins, and that's what happens. You just change those elements into something else. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah. It's still not a sport. The framework isn't a sport. Like,
no, I understand what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Listen, should can ESPN
be a sport?
Cover? No.
Yeah, I actually play. I play ESPN. Yeah. Actually, I was a medalist. I actually won silver in ESPN.
So. ESPN can cover not sports. They cover games. You know what I mean? Like, you'll see Texas Hold'em on ESPN. That's not a sport. That's a game.
I feel like this is the kind of shit we should have sorted out during quarantine. I not to say that equality for all races and that police brutality, being solved, were not important things to work on. But there was some downtime before that, and I think that we could have had a council before the George Floyd incident, the tragedy.
I am the council.
That's a good one.
I know, it's mine now forever.
That's the one. Oh my god, dude! You're the student council.
No.
Yeah.
I don't like that. That sounds creepy. I don't like that one.
Yeah, because all the kids meet up after school,
I don't like that. I prefer the council because it means I make all of the decisions. I feel like it sounds
the PTA.
If somebody was like, yeah, but the judge already decided, and you'd be like, yeah, but what did the council say? Oh, I don't even know. He outranks the judge, I feel like.
It's like, oh man, is that like some kind of Jedi shit? Like it doesn't matter.
If you're councilman, you might be president of the United States. You might be in charge.
I would believe the councilman of the United States being a high-ranking position.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I feel like it would be.
So, that sounds like some shit that Trump would say if he like really liked like some senator and he didn't know how to promote him. He's like, I like the way you think. I'm making you councilman.
Did you see what he said about the Bubba Wallace thing?
No. What?
The NASCAR thing?
No.
He basically was like, yeah, Bubba Wallace should apologize because it was a hoax and he was trying to
the noose.
Yeah, he was like, I would call him the hanging dude, but he's like, yeah, he should apologize because it was a hoax and all this shit, and it's just like, did you just say he was lying? And then on top of that, Bubba Wallace released a statement that I felt just made me really think for a second, because he was like, yo, I got to keep, that love strong and keep my faith up despite all these people, even if that hate is coming from the POTUS. And you're just like, could you imagine being in a position where the president of the United States didn't like you? Like, could you imagine if like the entire ruler of the country was just like, I fucking just don't know what it is about Rusty. I fucking just don't like that guy. Like, I just fucking, you know what, dude? Oh my god, I just don't like that fucking guy. Like, to have the president not like you in your own country is probably a real tough feeling.
I just can't think of another president that had time for this bullshit. Like, imagine if Obama had like responded to people on Twitter, just like random fucking plumbers.
They used to complain when Obama went to Hawaii. He'd take like a vacation a year after I don't know, running the country, deserves to go to Hawaii. People be like, yeah, well, where's Obama during this stock market crisis? In Hawaii. And then you look at like Donald Trump and they're like, he's taken a record 17 vacations this year. You're like, how do you have time for 17 vacations? Who's running this country right now? What are you doing? 17 vacations? Like,
it's like a lot of the year, man.
I'm pretty sure he has.
How long are the vacations? Like, are we talking 17
it doesn't matter.
Long vacations? No, it matters.
If there's 52 weeks in a year, and you're either let's say you go on a week, let's say you go on a weekend, it doesn't matter. If you're taking 17 weekends off as the president, that's not a Monday to Friday job.
I just think it's like, all right, what's hilarious about that to me is how much effort it takes to become the president. Like, you have to put in so much money, time. You have to campaign, travel the country, shake all these hands, shake all these babies, and then like you take fucking 17 weeks.
Do you guys
off?
want numbers? Do you want numbers?
Yeah,
that'll
give
blow
me the
your
numbers.
mind?
Give me the
This is gonna blow your mind.
Stat.
Hold on. Outside, and this is from the Washington Post. Outside of the first 2 weeks of his inauguration, he has spent every single weekend golfing. For a total of the whole time that he's been in presidency, up until about a month ago, so I think it's like 33 days ago, this article was posted, 17.9% of his presidency has been golfing or vacationing.
Dude, how funny is it that, like, if anybody, dude, I don't even give a shit about politics.
I wonder what he's putting up. Can you look up what kind of numbers he's putting up?
No,
he probably sticks the balls on his butt.
4 over par.
No, it's just him like going around like a chicken, pretending they're his eggs.
Dude,
just plopping them out.
Imagine though, like, not politics aside, if you were like, look at what has happened to the country just this year, and somebody was like, Trump's been golfing every weekend, you'd be like, well, I mean, I feel like I know where to start. What have you been doing? Could we have avoided some of these things if you just showed up one Saturday morning? I don't know, if maybe just after Sunday breakfast, you called someone, said, what's going on?
Call your mother.
Nobody was calling him weeks in advance, like, bro, listen, murder hornets are coming. And he gets to his phone, his voicemail 3 weeks later, he's like, okay, murder hornets are here, we have to deal with them right now.
All right,
like,
so
he
literally missed important corona information because he didn't read the docket like of the meeting that it was in. Like, he was like, all right, we're not gonna actually talk, I'm just gonna leave, and he didn't read the syllabus. Fucking what it tells me, I just thought of this, I think nobody's talking about it, right? What it says to me is that Trump is a garbage human person, and we have empirical proof, because if he wasn't a garbage person, he would have a friend who would have been like, yo, dude, you're fucking up, take care of this. Like, everybody around him is just like, yo, I fucking hate this dude, I just want to watch him fuck up. Like, that's nobody's telling him he has shit in his teeth, dude. Like, that's how he lives his life. Everybody wants him to fail, and that's how you know he fucking sucks.
Doesn't it kind of feel, and hear me out on this one, doesn't it kind of feel like we're in Dark Knight Rises right now, and Obama was Batman, and Trump was Bane, and we've just been living in the city as Bane's been running it, and we're like, where the fuck is Batman? And they're just like, and he's secretly just like trapped somewhere, like, oh my god, I'm watching the world burn via TV right now.
Oh no, Batman's dead. Batman dead.
Well, I don't know if Obama's dead.
Batman feels like Batman's
his impact
dead right now.
is dead right now. But just you wait, dude. Obama comes in as Biden's VP, right? Biden, Sleepy Joe's out of there. Obama kicks back in.
Obama assassinates Joe Biden and becomes president.
And then we all forgive him because he's the hero we need, not the one, or the hero we deserve, not the one we need right now.
Guys, if you're listening to this and we are murdered, please know it's because we stumbled upon the script. The
Dark Knight Rises. Pretty dark title. I feel like we didn't have to call Obama that. That was, we could have. However,
what time are we at?
We got to get the fuck out of here.
57 minutes.
57 minutes. Wow, all right, that's pretty good, actually.
Not bad.
I thought we were honestly past that, but
I thought we were like an hour and a half, honestly. Well, because we were riffing up a storm precast. Dude,
a little bit.
I mean, yeah, dude, I was on fire.
Here's the deal. Next time, Evan, just have it recording with Rusty. I'll burst into the Skype. You know what I mean? We're already in the fucking game right now, and then me and Rusty just can fire off. We don't have to worry about like
there's too much going on in the world for your Skype bursts. Nobody wants to see your Skype bursts.
I'm just the Skype Kool-Aid man. I'm just like, sup, fellas?
Oh, hey guys!
Coming in the hot.
Are your parents home?
That is such a weird question to ask. I think we're gonna have to end on that.
Why would anybody, dude? Skype? Why is the Skype Kool-Aid Man creepy? Actually, that sounds accurate. The Skype Kool-Aid Man would be really creepy.
Probably shouldn't be right now. No.
Yeah, no. Skype Kool-Aid Man's gotta go.
All right, let's burst out of here, boys.
Peace.
Burst out.
Burst it on that.
One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash coming in. Come get your man, this little nigga bugging me. Just see the bag, quit all that jaw jackery. Don't even pass me that, I don't want none of it. These niggas mad about it, had enough of it. Whoa, watch what you saying, how that popping and shaking. Got me hot as a laser.
This has been a DropTent Media production.